Night, 1:15 a.m. Total darkness. Barely a moonbeam fights against the dense forest that lines both sides of the road. This is Route 40, an old, forgotten asphalt road that cuts through a remote mountainous region. The only sound is the monotonous hum of an old red sedan engine, tearing through the silence of the night. Laura, 28, exhausted, her eyes red with fatigue, grips the steering wheel tightly. She has been driving for 7 hours. In the passenger seat, an empty coffee thermos and a crumpled paper map. The car radio only spits out white static. Laura hits the radio dial in frustration. "Laura, come on, please. A song, anything." She looks at the fuel gauge. The needle is dangerously close to E. Cold panic. She speeds up a little more. The road twists and turns, with no signs of gas stations or towns. Suddenly, a red flash blinks on the dashboard, the temperature indicator. A stream of white smoke comes out from under the hood, visible by the glow of the headlights. The car begins to jolt violently. The engine coughs and dies. Absolute silence. The car glides a few meters and stops on the shoulder. Laura stays seated, her breath shallow. She turns off the headlights by instinct, leaving the car and herself plunged into the gloom. She opens the door. The metallic screech is deafening. Laura gets out of the car. The night air is cold and smells of pine and burnt metal. The smell of antifreeze is strong. She takes out her cell phone. No signal, not a single bar. She walks towards the hood, hesitant. She pulls the latch. The hood opens with a click. The smoke continues to pour out. Laura, to herself. Great. Fantastic. She turns to look at the road she came from. Completely empty. The darkness stretches behind her like a wall. She gets back in the car, grabs her phone, and sits in the driver's seat, closing the door. The silence is oppressive. She looks at her watch. 1:25 a.m. Out of nowhere, a new sound. A low horse growl. It's not a dog. It's deeper. Laura freezes. She slowly moves her head towards the driver's side window. The dense forest. The shadows. Nothing. She looks forward again. Through the front windshield. A figure appears in the moon's reflection, in the distance, in the middle of the road, walking towards her car. Slowly and deliberately, Laura keeps staring at the figure. It's a man, tall and wearing a long coat that reaches his knees. He's not carrying a flashlight. He walks with a strange limp, dragging his right leg. Laura instinctively shrinks back into her seat, trying to be as small as possible. Her heart hammers in her chest. The man keeps approaching. His face is a blur in the darkness. Laura wonders if she should turn on the headlights, but fears attracting attention. She takes out her phone again. Useless. She looks for a blunt object. She only finds the empty thermos. She grabs it. The man limps and is now about 50 meters away. He stops suddenly. He turns to the side of the road, towards the woods, as if talking to someone invisible. Laura frowns. Her eyes scan the edge of the road. There's no one else. The man finishes his conversation with the darkness and resumes his walk towards the car. Now he seems to move a little faster. He's 25 meters away. Laura sinks further into her seat. The smell of pine and antifreeze is replaced by the metallic smell of her own fear. The man stops again, 10 meters away. He bends down, squatting. He seems to be picking something up from the shoulder. Crack. A white flash. It's a long, whitish bone. The man examines it and puts it in his coat pocket. He stands up and finally looks directly at Laura's car. Even though the face is in shadows, Laura feels his eyes on her. He takes a step towards the driver's door. Laura, in a panic, suddenly turns on the headlights. The white light illuminates the man. His face is gaunt, pale, his eyes dark and sunken. He has no expression. The man stops, blocked by the light. Laura doesn't wait to see what he does. She pulls the horn lever. Loud honk. The man doesn't flinch. He just stands still, staring. Laura honks the horn repeatedly, frantically. The man slowly turns around and disappears into the darkness of the woods, as if the headlight beam never existed. Laura stops honking the horn. She sits trembling, cold sweat running down her back. Is he gone? Laura waits. 10 minutes. 20 minutes. Silence returns, but now it's different. It's charged, heavy. She no longer hears crickets, or the wind moving the leaves. Nothing. Only the sound of her own breathing. She tries to start the car. Turns the key. Nothing. The battery is dead from honking the horn and turning on the headlights. Perfect. Laura looks at her phone again, shakes it. Zero signal. She looks at the time, 1:45 a.m. Suddenly, a flash. It's not her car. In the distance, in the rearview mirror, a solitary light approaches on the road she had taken. A motorcycle. Relief. Hope. She prepares to get out of the car, to flag him down. But she remembers the man, the bone. She stays still. The motorcycle approaches, its engine now roaring in the night. It's a big bike. The driver is wearing a dark full-face helmet. He passes right by Laura's car without slowing down. Laura, shouting, hitting the window. Hey, help. The red tail light gets smaller, disappearing around the bend. Despair. She leans back against the seat, tears starting to form. A light sound on the driver's side window. Laura sits up abruptly, her heart about to burst out of her throat. She slowly turns towards the window. No one is there. The sound comes from the rear passenger side window. Laura slowly turns her head. In the darkness, she sees a shape, a hand pressed against the glass. She screams. It's a person's hand. She unbuckles her seatbelt and lunges over the passenger seat. She realizes something horrible. The hand on the glass doesn't move. It doesn't knock. It's just there, as if carefully placed. And it's not an adult's hand. It's small. A child's hand. Laura keeps staring at the small, pale hand. The terror is pure, icy. She can't move. The hand remains motionless. Laura uses her phone light to illuminate it. The weak glow reveals the waxy skin and fingernails. There is no movement. She crawls back to the driver's seat, her muscles stiff with fear. She looks through the front windshield. The woods, the broken down car, the endless night. She looks at her watch, 1:58 a.m. A single knock, this time on the car roof. Marcos looks up, faster now, and then a pause. Silence, a whisper. Outside the driver's side window, Laura presses herself against the passenger seat. Child's voice. OS, whispered hoarse. Are you alone? The voice sounds like sand was poured down its throat. Dead. Laura doesn't answer. She holds the thermos like a weapon. Child's voice. OS. Mom said not to talk to strangers. Laura freezes. Mom. She looks through the rear window, to the spot where she saw the hand. It's gone. Crash. A loud metallic noise. It's coming from the car trunk. Laura screams. Someone is back there. The man in the long coat appears again in the light of the extinguished headlights, limping, but fast. He comes from the woods. The woman with the sack, the stocky man. Are they all here? He stops in front of the car, just meters away. He stares at the windshield. Laura grabs the thermos, her useless only weapon. The man raises his hand. He's holding something in it. It's the long, whitish bone he picked up earlier. A femur. He brings it to his mouth and starts gnawing on it. The sound is nauseating. The man continues gnawing on the bone, staring her right in the eyes through the glass. It's an act of intimidation, pure and simple. He's not looking to steal, he's looking to terrorize. Laura clenches her teeth, tears mixing with sweat. A new sound, this time music. A truck engine, loud, rumbles on the road. And country music at full volume. The headlight beam approaches, powerful. A huge 18-wheeler truck approaches quickly down the highway, coming from the opposite direction. The man freezes. He drops the bone to the ground. He looks at the approaching truck. The truck driver honks the horn long and loud when he sees Laura's car on the shoulder. Boom. The man disappears into the woods. The truck zooms past Laura's car, the wind rocking the sedan. The truck's brakes screech in the distance. Relief floods Laura. She collapses in the seat, crying uncontrollably. The truck driver, 50s, big and bearded, approaches Laura's car with a powerful flashlight. He opens the driver's door. Laura jumps. Truck driver. Holy heavens, miss. Are you okay? I thought I hit you. Your car is completely dark. Laura sobs, nodding. Laura. Yes, I'm fine. It broke down. The truck driver shines the light on the hood. Truck driver. Wow, looks like you blew the engine. Did you see anyone around here? I radioed the police. They have no signal here. Laura looks towards the woods, where the man disappeared. The darkness is impenetrable. Laura. No one. Just me. She looks at the ground in front of the car. She looks for the bone. It's not there. The man took it. The truck driver helps her out. Truck driver. Come on, get in my cab. I'll take you to the next town. It's about 10 miles away. Laura gets out, her legs weak. She closes the car door. As they walk towards the truck, Laura stops for a moment, looking at the empty road, the moon shining on the asphalt. The child's whisper. It comes from inside her own abandoned car. She turns abruptly, but the truck driver hurries her. Truck driver. Something wrong? Laura. No. Nothing. Just, let's go. She knows that whatever is in the woods, or in her car, or on the road, is staying behind. But the cold feeling on her back tells her the darkness of the night isn't done with her yet.